Hi, I'm Borkaland. Glad to have you here. Welcome back. We're just gonna continue draining the monument. I will do it pretty quickly and show you the end result in a minute because there are some other things we want to do today. But before we do that, I just accidentally I put this back, but I accidentally punched a hole here and look at this. Another sponge room, so it means that this ocean monument I think this is the fourth because I already found three. Or maybe did I just miss something in a No, this is a completely new sponge room that I haven't discovered yet. I just accidentally mined a hole in the roof here. Get some air and jump back in. Now I wonder if there is a... Can there be 5 sponge rooms? I actually don't know. Well, I haven't drained that many ocean monuments or conquered that many ocean monuments, so I don't know how many is many and how many is few, but this is a very nice addition. And there is the Guardian trying to kill me, and he will succeed in a minute. Come on, jump up. Okay, that was bad. Right. But yeah, I've been doing some more draining after the previous episode, which actually hasn't even been published yet, so I'm filming this before that episode goes out. But okay, let's pretend that doesn't happen. It does, of course. It has to do with scheduling, and at this moment, it also has to do with how much my arm hurts. But the good news is, it doesn't really hurt that much today. So maybe I'll have time to drain this today so that we can do another interesting project in this episode. Maybe not that interesting. Actually, it is interesting. But it's important. And I'm not gonna say too many secrets, but there was something I said in the previous episode that I found very funny and, let's say, inspiring for a big project I want to do. That's all I'm gonna say. Hoo big secrets. But we'll be making a farm very soon. Let me just finish draining this. Alright, the outside of the monument is drained. I also removed the ice, so that should be good. And now, let's do the most satisfying thing about this whole process. Oh, yeah. I haven't done this for a while, so I will probably mess up the first few, but what you do is this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And that one too. That, failed. Failed. This is, mysterious when it happens. Once again. Yeah, and I'll have to do all of these, so... time-lapse time. And it's drained. I'm actually very tempted to repair the netherrack patches with proper prismarine blocks. On the other hand, like I'm gonna be tearing this down completely, but this looks really hideous. I'm very tempted to do that. Nah, it's a waste of time. It actually looks pretty neat when you deconstruct an ocean monument layer by layer. I have already drained parts of it, so it kinda doesn't look as fun as it would with all the water in place, but it still looks pretty neat. And yes, I'm getting shot all the time. Look at all them guardians. Yeah, already drained that bit. It's actually not too hard to drain. I think this layer, or maybe even the deeper layers, will be even harder to drain, but like the top layer that I just removed was pretty easy. And the beacon definitely helps. I remembered to put up the beacon this time, which is very unusual. Now this looks really fantastic. Isn't there anything better than a clean slate you can just start working in? Everything perfectly clear out. I even fixed up the entrance there, even though the pattern of the pillars, because the blocks here are the pillars that are holding up the ocean monument. If I remove this one, there's a pillar here. And the pattern repeats, but there are no pillars here because this was the entrance, so these blocks here I actually had to place myself so that this would look, well, more symmetric and less weird, and this is amazing. But I'm pretty sure we'll not have time to build the Guardian farm today because I have a different project. And I'm pretty sure that this will be a pretty good area for it. Yeah, because I need a relatively long, but it doesn't have to be wide area. So maybe 7 or 6 blocks wide here, but I want it to be pretty long. And while looking from up here, that looked like the best bit. This thing here. Maybe somewhere else, maybe there. This would also not be too bad, I guess. Here it's, well, this... Oh, every place is good! Okay, since every place is good, I should just go with the first one I picked, because it doesn't really matter too much where I build it. We are going to be farming sheep. I will need wool. I will need a lot of wool very soon. And, yeah. since it's gonna take a few days or maybe even a week or two before I have enough wool for the project that I have in mind, we should probably start the farm now. This is why I kind of interrupted the Guardian farm, because otherwise I would be doing the Guardian farm today. But I really, really want to be prepared for the secret project, which is going to be really fun, I think. So yeah, there will be a sheep slash wool farm here. I do have sheep. I have tons and tons of sheep, if anyone remembers when I used to spend all my time in this area here. I have this thing. And in fact, it's this is inhumane how tightly packed the sheep are. I should probably do something about it. But I will need to catch the white sheep because I do not think I have the data pack that allows. Oh, the blinking is horrible. I don't have the data pack that allows recoloring of sheep, so and I kind of just want to build a new generation of sheep in that area. So I will just catch the white ones, and I guess the black ones too, because I will need a lot of black wool. And I need to some other colors, specifically yellow. So I need a lot of yellow and I need a lot of black. And since I don't have any yellow sheep, I need to well, ignore the gray ones, but get the white ones. It turns out I only had 2 white sheep and a bunch of black and tons of gray. But currently, like I said, I'm only interested in the black and white ones. And let's try to get them into these breeding pods. I'm so bad at wrangling animals. Oh, I say that, and both of them. That's pretty good. This is just temporary. I'm not gonna keep them for long. I just need to breed a few more because we're gonna have quite a few sheep here. Which might be a terrible idea, but I'll figure it out. If it gets too laggy, well, we have lava. Alright, and you too. I actually don't know how many I need. I'll just breed as many as I can. I have the magical rail set up here so I can easily get them out with minecarts, because I'm gonna need them in minecarts anyway. Hello, sheep. Oh, I can't click the other one. Yeah. So this might have been a mistake. Oh, maybe I did. Okay, I heard a small sheep. Yeah, I can't click them. This is a problem. How do I do this? Wasn't there a water trick? You can make them bob up and down and then you can feed them. I've never tried that. I've seen someone do it a very long time ago. So I placed the dispenser, the lamp fell out, but why is the lamp gray? Oh! They are too close to each other. They can breathe through glass blocks. Oh, that's unfortunate. Ha! Okay. Didn't expect that. Where do I have water? He says while standing in the middle of an island surrounded by water. Where do I have water? I don't know. Where can I find water? I haven't seen water. This is the disadvantage of unscripted live commentary. I say things like, where do I have water on an island? Right, dispensers here. That's wheat. They bob up and down, so that works. And I don't think they can escape. Oh, this maybe works? I'll come back here in a few minutes. Let's start building the thing I need to build here. Okay, I think I have the first module set up, and we're ready for our first sheep. This is just for testing. I'm gonna keep all of them in here. Well, all except one. Minecart. We caught the grown sheep, which is perfect, which is exactly what I want. We remove that one. All right, put it there and add a torch here. I need to climb up to you to give you a push. There we go. So what's going on here? Nothing is going on here because there's another thing I forgot. I'm almost improvising this. I'm not improvising this. I have thought this through before and done some testing. But yeah, that works. Now I still don't have the pickup system and I need to do a little bit more around here to make this work well. But the basic principle is already done. So why don't I have the more standard farm? That works fine. Why don't I have the more standard farm where a sheep is standing on one grass block with a dispenser, observer looking at the grass block and then activating the dispenser, minecart with hopper underneath to pick it up. You know, standard sheep farm that everybody is using. And I've done some research on how sheep and how grass works. A sheep wants to eat about 2 to 3 times as often as an average grass block grows. So I don't remember the exact numbers. Has been many months since I did the math. But let's say it takes 1 minute for sheep to decide to eat grass, and it takes about 2.5 minutes for the grass to grow back, on average, of course, because this is completely random. It's not completely random, but it's random-ish. So if the sheep decides to eat and there is no grass underneath, it fails and it generates nothing. So I figured the first system I actually did was with piston feed tapes, just like the flower farm, because I'm kind of obsessed by that mechanism still. Let me pick up that wool. So that was the first system, and I thought, hey, I invented something new. This is amazing. I'm gonna make a guide, and it's gonna be great. Well, turns out that in a relatively early episode of Hermitcraft, Sizuma Void made a farm just like mine, like literally the exact same thing. Sheep. He had like 20 sheep in one box, and then as soon as the grass got eaten, a piston feed tape fed next grass block under it. And that made me a little bit upset. Like, I wanted to have invented something. Of course, I shouldn't be expecting to invent new things for everything. But so I started thinking, what happens if I move the sheep? See, it ate a different grass block there. What happens if I move the sheep instead of the grass? And this is the result. In fact, I made it a little bit too big. It probably only needs to be like 5 blocks. I think was good efficiency. Every extra block I add doesn't really do much, and a single line like this isn't really efficient either because I actually need the grass blocks from the other lines with sheep around it to reach maximum efficiency. And for even higher efficiency, I should probably cover the whole thing in glass. And the grass underneath actually helps because it spreads to this. And of course, as you saw, the first batch of wool fell on the side, so that I have to fix too. There's just glass around here. It's not no big deal. Oh, I just noticed that I placed this rails wrong. Uh, because the wool can fall here or here on these 2 blocks. So I'm gonna be just running hopper minecarts underneath to pick up the wool from all the farms at the same time. And the detector rail here just triggers the dispenser with the shears. And if there's nothing to shear, that doesn't use up the shear's durability, I hope. Nope. We have sheared 3 times and we have used 3 durability. So yeah, I'm now just gonna build up all the modules we need here, breed the sheep, and set up the sheep farm. I made an unload system here. I made it probably easier to feed the sheep from here to there. I will have to rebuild the rail, but that's not a big problem. This loot system should be able to handle... Let's see. Well, one of these modules is about 90 wool per hour, so 100 modules like this until I need to change how this thing works. Whee! So the wool lands here and the hopper minecart picked it up. And usually the unload system is completely unnecessary. They don't pick up that much. But like I prepared this for 100, 200 modules, and then we will have to start worrying about actually properly unloading the hopper minecarts that are running under there. And yeah, this should be relatively trivial to extend. Just build out this, add a dispenser, put shears into the dispenser, and just add some rails and extend this as far as I want. The glass is actually necessary because otherwise the wool flies really in all kinds of directions. When the sheep are sheared, the wool really flies. So it needs the glass roof. Only 2 rows. I don't need to cover the whole thing. I might just for aesthetic reasons, but yeah. And I need to cap off the ends because otherwise the wool would fall out. This is awesome. Okay, let's feed it another black sheep. And did it work as expected? Kinda. I forgot to power the rails. I don't think the mine... Oh, it started running. Shears! Shears! There's always something missing. This is hypnotic. If I watch it from nearby, the noise from the minecarts and especially the sheep is a little bit stressful, but from a distance this looks vaguely peaceful. And really, really, really funny. And it works pretty well. I added a stuffware duct too, connecting to the system just next to the melon and pumpkin farm. Oh, I don't have shulker box loaders for the wool. Yeah, that will definitely be necessary. And I probably added too many black sheep because all these are black, even though it's not evident. Well, it is evident when they grow the wool. And see that last one? Twice in a row, like within a very short time. This thing is already very, very productive. I'm gonna be adding white sheep soon. I haven't bred enough of them yet. I think the rest are gonna be like half white and half yellow. This might have been a mistake because I am gonna be drowning in wool. But this is so funny. Hello! I'm a big, 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 big dummy. I went through all that effort with, you know, the white sheep and the black sheep, and turns out I just didn't know that you could color any color sheep. You didn't need a data pack for it, as I probably said earlier if I didn't cut that bit out. You don't need anything, you just dye the sheep the color you want, and it can be any sheep, which means that I can just fill this farm with whatever color I need at this moment, and it's done. That's all I needed. I didn't know that. I just found out this morning. Randomly, I just tried it and it worked. So, yeah, interesting. But it's great because it means that I don't need to breed that many sheep anymore, and yeah, something I learned today. Another thing I learned is that when I was testing this in creative, I only was using 1 sheep, and that seemed just fine. It didn't eat all the grass, but look, for example, at this one. It has eaten all the grass and it hasn't spread yet. I wonder why, and I wonder why it didn't spread out there. So I might need to make these platforms longer or maybe add a layer of grass on top of here so that it spreads downwards. I think it can spread up to 3 blocks down, so that should work. And also, I had a wandering trader spawn right here and it prevented the minecarts from running, and that's a big problem. That's a huge problem. I cannot have wandering traders ruining this thing. I won't be spending that much time in this area. Well, I'm spending time in that area. I don't know if they can spawn down here. If they can, that would be a problem. I'll have to look up the wandering trader spawning mechanics. Hey, why are you being shared? You are. Good. But this is hilarious. Even though there might be some inefficiencies, I'll have to actually measure how this performs with this many sheep. Maybe this is a really, really stupid idea, but it's hilarious. This is just funny. And let's remove the sound. Without sound, it's even more funny. Let's watch from up here. Whee! Uh, I love this thing. But yeah, there are some improvements, of course, and some debugging. But for now, this is hilarious and working great as well. And also, let's not forget the shulker loaders for the wool. So I have set up for yellow and black here, and I think the yellow is actually, yeah, it's already loading because this thing is generating. Now that pretty much all of the sheep are yellow, uh, this thing is just shooting out wool. Let's see if we have produced something. Two shulker boxes of yellow wool. I've done the math on my secret project, and I think I will need 5 shulker boxes of yellow wool, or maybe 10. But bad at math, already forgot what I counted a few minutes ago. But that should not be a problem to get fast. That will be it for today. Next time we're gonna do the Guardian Farm. I didn't drain an ocean monument just for fun. We'll be building a Guardian Farm and watching the sheep, seeing what happens. But thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye!